Sean. Look at that, man. He's awesome. He looks like Casey Treat with long hair, but that's cool. And Shaun White, I mean, he's awesome. But here's the thing about Shaun White that you didn't know, is that when he was 1 year old, he had a congenital heart defect. He had massive heart operations. He was called a blue baby, which meant his whole body was blue. The doctor said the last thing he could ever do was to do any sport in his life. You could not do any sport because if you upset the condition of your heart and you start to move too much, your body will lose its flow of blood supply and you'll have to lose limbs. So you need to stay sedentary, the doctors told him. You need to stay seated and you need to stay calm and not move. That's what they told him. Stay calm and not move. Stay calm and not move. You know what? Too many people have told young people, just stay calm. Just stay quiet. Just stay sedentary. Don't upset the status quo. And inside you is a warrior, the Holy Spirit. Inside you is Jesus going, upset the apple cart. Get going. Tell them their music needs to be changed. They haven't done a new song in 20 years. They need somebody else standing up, giving the notices. They need more young preachers in the church. This guy, Sean, had this violent eruption inside of him. And by the time he was 11 years old, this is what he snowboarded like. Age 11. He's 11 years old. He's a kid. He's a little child. He should not be doing this. He should be sedentary. But he decided there's a spirit inside of him, adventure. He's got to go faster. He's got to go further. He's got to stretch the horizons and believe for greater things in life. What are you doing? He watched snowboarders all around the world. He studied video film. He started practicing hours and hours and hours a day. And one day, he jumped off a cliff. Some of you, you just need to jump off a cliff and take a chance and take a risk. You've been quiet for too long. You need to join our leadership academy at Abundant Life. You need to decide, I'm going to jump out. I'm going to do something different for God. This is what Shaun White did in the last Olympics. He invented a new jump called the tomahawk. It was incredible. Double McTwist, 1260, slow motion. This is him. He was so awesome. Snowboarders have 2 runs. He won the whole Olympics gold medal after the first run. He didn't even need to go on the second run, but he did. And the last thing he did on the second run was a jump that people said was impossible. You can't do it. You'll never be able to do the double tomahawk flip. But Shaun White said, no, I don't believe you. I'm going to defy gravity. I'm going to beat the odds. Listen, people, right now, you need to defy gravity. You need to beat the odds. You can do the impossible because Jesus Christ lives inside you. You can go further. The spirit of adventure is in you. You can do awesome things for God because the future depends on you. Shaun White won a gold medal, set a record. What records are you going to set? What is your achievement in life that you want to be known for? Oh, you say, oh, I can't do it. People are telling me to be sedentary. No, take note. Take note. Find out who's doing great things and say, hey, I'm going to do great things. I'm going to take note. I'm not going to stay quiet. I'm going to take notes at Rocknations. I'm going to write reams of scriptures. I'm going to learn the Bible like never before. I'm going to buy an iPad and get the Bible on it. I'm going to do whatever it takes to win this generation. That's what you need to start realizing. Take note. And after you take note, you're going to notice things. What does the future depend on? It depends on you seeing what needs to be done. You need to find out what needs to be done and say, I'm going to do it then. I'm going to be the one who does it. I'm not going to just waste my strength. I'm not going to take notes and then never take action. No, I'm going to actually see what needs to do and I'm going to go and do it. I'm not going to rely on other people. I'm going to get involved in it. I'm going to change it. You say, well, my school, nobody's reaching my school for God. Fool, you plunker. What about you reaching your school for God? Hello? God's like, stop whinging. Stop moaning and complaining about how hard your life is and get on with it. I think Shaun White, he could have said, oh, my heart's so bad. I'll never amount to anything. I could never do anything. And he could just stay fat and lazy. Or he could stand up and say, no, I want to do a double backflip. I'm going to stretch out the spirit of adventure as far as I can. And that's what I want to do. I don't care if I have to stay up all night or if I have to wake up early, because Jesus Christ is worth it. I'm going to be the first one here in the morning. I'm going to be the last one to leave at Rocknations. Because why? Because, man, I got to do some stuff for God. I remember RPM taking notes. RPM, you heard their first album. Put your hands up. Some of those songs they did way, way, way back. And they were like, man, if I want to take note, if I want to practice, I'm going to have to really lift my game. And they have. And you had Reinhard Bonnke come in 2008. And he used that song, Fire. And he's preaching it all around the world in Africa, leading millions of Christ because of Jock writing a song and the band recording a song. And now he's preaching it all around the world going, there is a fire. But that passion started with somebody. What's your passion tonight? Are you passionate? The most passionate people on the planet are not Italians. They're Rocknations delegates who have been changed by Jesus Christ. Passionate to change the future. We are not going to live in the glory of the past. We're going to be passionate about seeing what is yet to be done in our generation. There's much work to be done, much to do, and God is depending on you. He's relying on you. He's doing everything He can to get you to believe, not in yourself, but in Jesus inside you. Colossians 1:27 says, Christ in you is the hope of glory. Who needs more hope tonight? Then you need to find the Christ in you as we bring tonight to a close, to find out what you can do for God. You see, this generation, they know God is the God. They know He's God. They know He's probably around somewhere. But they need to see people walking with Him 24/7 through all the challenges and difficulties of life. So I'm asking you tonight, can you strengthen yourself? I'm asking you tonight, can you make some decisions that mean you're going to have to be a long-time life learner? You're going to have to keep on this journey of walking with God. And if you start to say, yeah, Steve, I'm going to join this journey. Yeah, I'm going to strengthen myself. I'm going to go and see what must be done. I'm going to go. Then you're going to have to face some questions like, what if? What if? What if? What if you had that conversation? And what if the person you have the conversation with tells you they've got cancer? Ooh, that would be scary. No, you've got to get over that, strengthen yourself, and realize Jesus can heal cancer. Jesus can help people who live in a homosexual lifestyle. Jesus can help people who have been cutting themselves. Why? Because Jesus was whipped and He was persecuted, but He's resurrected right now. He's seated at the right hand of God. He's ready to give you all the power that you need. He's ready. Are you ready? He's the I am. He's not the He was. He's the I am. Jesus isn't the was. He's I am. He wasn't the not. He's the now. Who's going to sign up for the now? I'm like, oh God, yes, I'm in. I'm going to sign up for you. I don't want to know the God of the past. Past was fine. I've got some fond memories of the past. But the God of the future, the God right now, is right here, right now, in this moment called the present. What are you going to do with it? Well, I'm going to unwrap it. I'm going to get into every layer, and I'm going to own my present. I'm going to own it. I'm going to deal with my past. I'm going to take it to the cross so that I can get to the future, to reach, to love, to believe, to be in my destiny. Who's ready for that tonight? I'm ready for that tonight. Come on, just stand to your feet wherever you are. Just put your Bibles down. We're going to bring tonight to a close. Tonight's long, 9:30. But you know, I want to tell you one story as we close tonight about a 17-year-old girl. And this 17-year-old girl, man, she went through some stuff in life. She was physically abused. She was beaten on a regular basis by her dad and by others around her. You know, and so she turned to a boy in her high school for what he told her was love. Turned out to be sex. And at the end of that journey, she ended up being pregnant. And then she found out it wasn't love at all because the dad walked out on her, didn't want anything to do with the baby, didn't want to see her, didn't want to know the baby, didn't want to name the baby, didn't want to provide for the baby, didn't want to be there for the baby. He just left. He didn't want to see that baby grow up into the future. He didn't want to see that baby graduate from college one day. He didn't want to walk that baby down the aisle one day and give that little girl away. No, he didn't want anything to do with that future. He just walked away. When he walked away, that little girl, she was born without a dad, without any help. So this 17-year-old girl, she came, she just turned 18. She dealt with all this. She said to her mom, look, I'm pregnant, I got a baby. The mom had a nervous breakdown. Checked herself into a mental hospital. This 17, 18-year-old girl now, her father, the girl's father, jumped in a car and drove 2,000 miles, never saw her again. She's just brokenhearted on her own. Listen, some of you, you feel alone tonight. God's not leaving you. He's right there for you. He's going to provide for you. This girl, man, she decided, look, I don't know what to do. She ended up meeting a guy, and then she got pregnant again, second kid. And this baby was born. This baby had cancer all through its body. He had a huge hemangioma tumor on his face. Mom didn't know what to do into her second relationship. So they thought, well, the doctors have told us the baby's going to die. The baby's not going to live till it's 2 years old. So we better pray about this. So they took the baby to a guy in Wenatchee, Washington, who was a pastor, Paul Pugh. And he prayed and he laid hands on this little baby that was me. And even though the doctors said my cancer would kill me, and even though they didn't know how to treat me, and most people that had radiation treatments were dying from the treatments that were supposed to set them free and heal them, within 2 weeks, the entire cancer was gone from my body, totally healed by the power of God. Doctors said, we don't understand that. We have no reason that should have happened to you. They checked the treatment, the radiation treatments from Harborview Medical Hospital, which is in Seattle, Washington. And they said that treatment, that radiation treatment, and they looked at their patients. They treated 200 patients. 180 died from secondary cancers from the patient treatment that was supposed to cure them in the first place. So they said, you should be dead. But the little girl who was 17 and got pregnant and on 2 broken relationships had the courage to stand up and said, no, he's not going to die because Jesus Christ has healed his body. Jesus Christ has made a difference in his life. And I remember growing up, going to the doctors, and they said, we need to see Steve twice a year. And I would go and they would feel my glands in my neck, and they said, we're checking you for tumors. They would feel me here, they would feel different parts of my body, and they would check to see if there was any cancerous growth. And they haven't found any yet. Not any yet. And the reason why they won't find it is because I've been free because of what Jesus Christ has done for me. When you're free from fear, you're free from rejection, you're free to start again because Jesus is here tonight. He wants to be the God of the now, not the God of the past, so that when you walk into your future, you can do what God designed you to do.